who is a top chef and a cookbook author. And today she is putting a new twist on an old classic, a delicious peanut butter and jelly cake. Please welcome back to our home our good friend, my Greek sister, Marisa Churchill.
Hello.
Welcome back, Marisa.
It's good to be here. Thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Did you have a nice holiday?
Yes, fabulous. How about you?
Yeah, it was really good. We had a great time. You probably saw a lot of it on our show.
I did.
We spent a lot of it here. It was really wonderful. So this recipe is not only delicious and very cool to look at a peanut butter and jelly cake, but it's also something that you say we're going to be seeing a lot of in 2019.
Food trends, yes. So, you know, I write for Huffington Post, Chowhound, and one of the things that I do every year is I talk about the new food trends that we're going to expect to see, and I'm always excited to see what's coming up. And again, everything comes back into style eventually. So look at this. A lot of the trends that we're going to be seeing have to do with peanut butter and jelly. So,
really? How so?
Yeah, nut butters. So nut butters are a big one. Peanut butters, almond butters, also tahini, which, as we know, is sesame butter. Yes, which of course the Greeks use a lot of that. Yes. So that's one of them. Another one, alternative fats. So we're going away from things like butter and getting more into the oils, specifically algae oil.
Algae oil.
Yes.
Okay. It sounds like it's probably very good for you.
I've
never heard of it before.
But you just
haven't either?
when you all said that, we went, hmm?
Yeah.
Right.
No, so this is the algae oil right here.
And it's going in our cake.
It is. It's going in our cake. And this is really great news for cakes because cakes made with oil instead of butter tend to be lighter and fluffier in texture.
Moister.
But one of the great things about algae oil is it's also super good for you.
So is it going to taste like algae?
No, so it has a completely neutral flavor, neutral color. So it's like a canola oil, except this packs a serious nutritional punch. So we have in here 1 tablespoon as much omega fatty acids as an entire avocado.
Oh my gosh. And now you're talking Cameron's language.
Well,
there we go.
Now you're speaking my language.
I know. 90% monounsaturated fat, so those are the good, heart-healthy fats.
Oh, how wonderful.
So super healthy.
Pass the bowl of it over here.
So this is.
Oh, you want to taste it?
Go ahead. Yeah, please.
Go ahead, taste it.
So this is brown sugar. We're going to add in some brown sugar as well.
It doesn't taste fishy at all.
No, it's completely neutral. So this is Thrive algae oil, which you can get at any supermarket or online through Amazon. So again, something that's super easy to find, even though you haven't heard from it.
No taste at all.
And really good for you.
Okay. So we put brown sugar.
Brown sugar. Keep mixing.
Okay.
Now we're going to throw in a couple of eggs.
Okay.
And one of the things that you can do, we're just using peanut butter today, but if you want to kind of elevate it, give it a little bit of pop, you can substitute 2 tablespoons of tahini for the peanut butter. Just kind of.
Could you do like cashew butter, almond butter, whatever you want?
Anything you want, yes, absolutely. And now we're going to just go ahead, we're just blending that a little bit, and then we're going to just turn this off. We're going to add in our eggs and our vanilla and go ahead and keep mixing that.
And then our flour and all of our leaveners?
So we have, flour, baking powder, baking soda, a little pinch of salt. That's been sifted. We're going to go ahead and mix that in.
Any specific flour?
All-purpose flour.
Okay, not cake flour or anything.
No,
All right. And so that's coming together pretty well.
Yeah, so you're going to mix that for a couple of minutes, get it nice and kind of creamy, well emulsified.
Okay.
And then once that's
You're
blended,
right, this cake is so light and fluffy. Like I was expecting it to be dense like bread because it tastes like peanut butter and jelly. So I'm like, oh, the bread, but it's so fluffy and nice.
That's the oil. And see, if you don't want to have your avocado, you don't feel like having a piece of salmon, just have a piece of peanut butter.
And it's also,
there you go.
You know also what I like about it is it's cold. It's like really light and fresh, but I like that little coldness to it as well. It's yummy.
So glad you like it.
Okay.
So we're going to add in half of the flour and blend just until it's almost combined.
Is this so it doesn't get too dense?
Yes.
Because if you put it all together, it will kind of take that fluffiness out.
Yes, and you always want to end with dries when you're making a cake. So we'll do this, and then we'll go ahead and we'll add in our buttermilk.
Oh,
the buttermilk's going to add a nice little bit of tang to it.
Take that.
There you go. Thank you.
And if you didn't use the buttermilk, could you use any? What if I wanted to do like a coconut milk or an almond milk, or is that kind of?
Well, actually, it's funny that you're saying that because then we'll touch on another trend: oat milk. Oat milk, which will go beautifully.
Somebody was just telling me about that. That oat milk is going to be really big.
Yep. So there you go.
Interesting. Okay.
So perfectly, once it's combined like that, you can see how it's nice and blended together.
That's beautiful,
we'll add in
Marisa.
the rest of the flour.
So then when this is done, we pour it into a 9-inch round. 2
9-inch rounds.
Okay.
You could do 1, but you're going to just have to double your baking time then, but because this bakes very quickly. It bakes in about 12 minutes in a 350-degree oven.
Okay.
You want to, one of the keys is you want to insert a knife and have still a few crumbs on it. You don't want it to dry out because the peanut butter can dry the cake out.
Okay.
So that's it.
That's it.
Ready to
It's
go in
beautiful.
pans. And then
so over here we have them. They've cooled.
Yes.
You have already started to create the filling with our peanut butter icing. So what is in this?
So good.
So simple. And again, the cake too, you can make a day before. Also the icing you can make the day before. It's cream cheese, peanut butter, a little bit of salt. That's just going to really make the peanut butter flavor pop. Some vanilla, powdered sugar. That's it. Blend it together. Easy,
oh my gosh,
easy.
that sounds delicious. Now, jelly. I know that you prefer us to make the jellies, our own jelly at home, but
this is good.
If we can't, if we don't have time to make our own jelly, our own preserves.
Jellies, believe it or not, are the biggest trend. According to Pinterest, the past year they have been up on searches 829%. They had them listed as their top search for the year.
Interesting.
So yeah, so if you're into making jams and jellies, this is the year to do it. Or if you have a great jam cake that you want to bust out, this is the time to do it. But yeah, if you don't want to make it yourself, no problem. You can buy it at the store. The key is you want to check the ingredients. You want to make sure that the #1 ingredient is fruit, not sugar. That's going to be a good indication of quality.
And I'll tell you what, it's difficult to find. You really need to look hard to find one that has fruit first and not sugar, or fructose corn syrup, right? I know.
I know. There we go.
Okay, and then we put some more on top.
Yeah, so we're just going to just type
This
some nice
frosting
little
tastes like it needs to be wrapped in chocolate and served as candy. It's so good.
And you know, I also love that it's the sides of the cake are exposed. I feel like that's a big trend.
Yes, that is.
Well.
So you're right. So there's two things that are big trends here. Oops, I messed that one up a little bit. Cakes with exposed sides, and also drip cake. So you can see too when you cut it into slices, the jam starts to drip a little bit.
Look at that.
And so the great thing about this too, say you don't have a lot of time for cake decorating, or you don't feel like cake decorating is really your strength, no problem. Leave it exposed. You don't have to get these perfect sides, and you're just being trendy.
Oh, Marisa, this is awesome.
Eating this reminds me a little bit of my childhood, like my childhood packed lunches at school. That little
Yeah.
well,
it
tastes exactly like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
It really does.
Exactly.
Well, guess what? You can't pack that kind of lunch anymore at school because
Yes, exactly.
so that definitely is nostalgic. Just right in the center?
Yeah, just right in the center, spoon the rest in the center, and then I like to put some peanuts also around the top just to give it a little bit of crunch, decorate it a little bit.
Okay.
Should we go more?
Up to you, whatever you want. Go for it.
You and your family have a lot of New Year's traditions, and I think one that's similar to Debbie's as well. Tell us about that. You guys were talking about this earlier, weren't you?
Yes, we were. So, you know, of course, both being Greek, every year on New Year's Day, you make a vasilopita, which is the Greek New Year's cake.
Yeah. Vasilopita, it's a king cake. It's like a king's cake is what it's. And you know how in New Orleans they put the baby inside?
Exactly. Yes.
We put
Well, a baby, a little doll baby.
Not a real baby.
Let's clarify here.
A little plastic baby.
Those crazy
And then you can garnish the top if you want with a little fresh strawberry, and voila, there you have it.
But the
Look at that
vasilopita, we
gorgeous-
put coins inside.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, we were talking about this earlier, and one of the things that you said that your grandmother would wrap it with foil. Sometimes my grandmother would not wrap it with foil. I remember that distinctly. That sometimes it was just a coin. I was still very excited about it when I got it, but now that I think about it, it's a little grossed out by it.
A little unsanitary because money's not exactly so clean.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Whoever gets the coin gets the best luck.
Exactly. So
Well,
I
dig in and
always
find out.
offer that.
Find out, guys.
Exactly.
One year, my grandmother almost choked on the coin.
You just,
Just so you know.
you never know.
Grandma lived many years after, so we can laugh about it now.
I see some glistening coins
I think
potentially.
there's a coin
Yeah,
in
like
there.
I think you do. You don't have to dig
Oh, wait a second. How do we pull down a coin?
Happy New Year, by the way. This is absolutely delicious.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
The full recipe will be at hallmarkchannel.com, everybody. Thank you again. And come on.